Okay, Tasneem, you can start your presentation, and when there are more teachers to join, I will admit them. Tasneem,
Teacher,
you are
can
going
you?
to have a PowerPoint?
Yes, teacher.
Okay, go ahead.
Uh, Teacher, allow me to share the screen.
Uh, now try.
Is everyone able to see the screen?
Yes,
Yes.
sure.
Yes, yes.
Assalamu alaikum and a very good morning to everyone. So today I was given the opportunity to conduct this workshop. So inshallah, I will try my level best with the knowledge which I have gathered to deliver today's workshop. So today I will be talking about the students' academic achievement, how they are going to be done. So these are the points which I will be talking and discussing with you all regarding the academic achievement, the improvement, how we can do, and what are the various enrichment programs, the various student learning mechanism, and definitely how we can reward them through virtually. So this is the scenario which we have started off when we got the information of starting the online way of teaching. We were quite stressed out. We did not know how to do this. And by now, to the end of the academic year, I think we have grabbed up all the informations to deliver for our students. So let us see one by one how we can do the academic achievement through online. The first very important role that can be played for a student's performance in their academic is a role of a teacher. So here I have listed down few points where the role of a teacher can be enhancing for the students. The first one is a proper guide. Definitely for a student, they need guidelines. Without guidelines, they cannot function properly. And in the online mode, they need a lot of guidelines because they are clueless. They are anyways clueless during the traditional classroom. And now even more reason for being clueless in the online way of teaching and learning. So we have to make sure that we need to make them flexible in the way of learning so that they do not feel the difficulties. And we need to make sure that whenever we are teaching, we are trying to experiment different ways of teaching them so that they learn more and more. Next is being a motivator. Motivation is very important for the students because if they lack motivation from us, if we do not motivate them, that's when they will not even get the interest of learning. They will lose interest instantly. So so how can we as online teachers, how can we motivate them? So we have to have a good communication skills and we have to give them encouragement. Probably if it is not possible during the class hours, during the off class hours, we have to message them personally if it is a excellent student or if it's a slow learner. And we have to give them feedback. Supposing if any work has been given to them, we should not just give the mark
Sorry,
and let it go. We have
sorry
to
for
make
interruption.
that we have to give a constructive feedback so that it is easier for them to understand that they will feel more valued.
Make all mute, please. Sorry
Help
for
the
interruption.
students overcome their fears or worries by providing relevant solutions. So when it comes to online, already they do not see anybody around. They feel less motivated and they will feel more, they get the fear of not learning more and more. So we have to help those students to get over the fears and give them excellent solutions. Even if it is not possible, we have to develop giving them a hope. Next, yes, this is the most important thing which I found. The role model. We have to make sure that we play the role model because they follow each and every step of us. They follow up everything. So massive support system for students, especially online students. So when it comes to online, they need a lot of support. And we can see currently that many students are not able to join the online classes because of technical issues, probably device issues. So we have to not to neglect them, find a solution so that they will feel that, yes, my teacher is being concerned towards me. Help the online learners develop high level of confidence. We have to make sure that we are trying to individually give the students the level of confidence, and how that can be possible, it depends from student to student. Probably one student is good at creative skills, some are now with the technology, many students are way advanced than us. So we have to tell them that you are smart enough to inculcate with many kind of situations around you. Go ahead, don't step behind. So no matter how much stress a student is going through, they need to make sure that we have to make sure that we are bringing them back. If they are in one shell, we have to get them out of the shell and help them focus in their career skills. Next, individual mirror. The student sees us as the mirror, and the way we are portraying them, reflecting them, depends upon their academic achievement also. So if our performance is well enough to be able to give them the best result, they will be making sure that this teacher is perfect for me to learn this particular subject. And we have to make sure that, like I said earlier, we have to give them feedback. We fail to give the feedback information, and this is why the students instantly lose the track of learning. Help the student to get better and work on their weakness. So we have to make sure that not only we focus on the strengths which they have, we have to make sure that they are also we are also looking toward the weakness which is there in a particular student. Now when it comes to online, it is very difficult to identify. So we have to give a general task to all of the students, and that's when, you know, we will be able to identify, okay, this student is good at this task, okay, I have to focus in this one. Online teachers act as mirrors, showing the students their actual selves. Sometimes we also have to tell them that yes, what difficulties you are facing, even we are facing too. Simple example, technical issues. Even teachers as us, we also have technical issues. So we should not tell that the students that you're not able to attend the online classes, you're not a good student. And the student will say that, teacher, I had an issue with my internet. So we should also tell them that, yes, this is a mutual problem. Let us find a solution. So that way the students will feel that, yes, my teacher is also having the same issue. It is not a unique one. Next is a co-learner. As a teacher, we have to make sure that we have a good sense of knowledge about our subject, about the art of technology now. We have to learn day after day, because every now and then things are changing, right? All this time, we did not know how we are going to conduct online classes. After we started with the Zoom classes, we found out, okay, fine, we can post our assignments in Google Classroom. Then we have found out that, okay, there is another way, another platform where I can make sure the students are also understanding. So we should make sure that we are being updated among ourselves. Teacher can be an active participant in the online discussion. So for example, sometimes instead of just teaching, we probably can give them a discussion board, and that way it's like, you know, how the traditional classroom we used to do, like what I used to do is sometimes is to conduct debates because I'm teaching English. So it was very much interactive. Now how can I bring that interactive back in the online mode of teaching also? Next is creating a healthy and nurturing online learning community. So we have to make sure that the students are not losing the track of not learning anything because it has become online. Rather, we should make sure that it will be much more effective than what was lacking in the on campus. So as online teachers, we have to make sure that we have to teach various skills for the students, because this will help them to gather up many more informations. We need to make sure that it is very interesting. So we can have different activities which can be done. Probably one Zoom meeting, we can just not focus exactly on the portion, something related to the portion, we can make them much more lively, and that way they will be disciplined. So for example, if there is some kind of activity is going to happen, trust me, that time no students are going to be absent. One or the other students will inform that today there is some fun activity happening in Zoom class, don't miss it. So that way, they will be much more self-disciplined, and this will bring them help to gain responsibility, and it will give them the ownership. So teachers, we all have to make sure that we are all rounders. All right. So let us see what is the role of a student when it comes to academic achievement. Since it is an online mode of learning and understanding, we have to make sure, the students have to make sure they set a timetable, because the distraction has become vast that they have lost the track of following up with a schedule. So students have to make sure that they are focusing a schedule so that they do not get distracted. Embrace technology. So now in the art of technology, the students need to make sure that they are having a proper device, proper internet connection, and they have to make sure that they are checking their emails every day. So I feel that we have to make this as a habit for all these students to reply back to the email, because sometimes in what I had faced is if I have given an assignment, I tell them to send in my email, not in WhatsApp, because I want to make them get a practice of dealing with email so that it will be better for them when it comes to working sector. So we have to make sure that the online students, they're checking their emails. Same thing with Google Classroom. If teacher has posted something, we don't have to do the effort of informing them. They have to be more responsible. So as an online student, the role of teacher is quite less than the student. Communicate frequently. So they have to make sure that they are very much comfortable when it comes to communication. During the traditional class, as in the online on-campus classes, it was very difficult for the students to share the thoughts with the teacher. But now I feel the students are much more convenient. They feel much more free to share the thoughts of, with the teacher. So we have to make sure, they have to make sure that they have a good communication skills, and this will be helping them to experience any problems which they face with a proper solution. Definitely the last one is ask for help. The students have to make sure that they're asking for help, because it is very difficult to manage within the 40 minutes. Maybe they have missed out many informations or many notes they have missed out. So I appreciate the students who actually voluntarily, before I find out which student did not submit or did not attend classes, there were few students that they could not attend the morning classes. They requested me, the teacher, can you summarize me this part? And that time as a teacher, we will be feeling much more, we will feel more concerned for those particular students. Next is the role of a parent. The role of a parent in an online learning is very important, because the parent also should know how the student is learning, what the student is learning, whether it be from kindergarten section to the senior most. The role of a parent is a constant. So in this crisis, we are facing a crisis, it's a pandemic situation. Now, how can the parent mold the child and give them the moral support? they have to make sure that they're giving them encouragement, and they should make sure that they are giving them the immense care for them. Help your child to maintain a schedule. So if the child is not maintaining a schedule, the parent's role is here. They have to make sure that they are maintaining, they prepare for them. If the students cannot prepare, that's where the parents have to do. Dedicate a space in your home for schoolwork. So we have to, like in the on-campus classrooms, we create an environment for the students. We provide chair, tables, or whatever equipments they require. We provide for them. But what is failing over here as a teacher, we are not able to do it. There comes the role of a parent. So the parents can do this role. They provide whatever it is within the limited resources. They have to make sure that they are giving them a space for learning. Ask your children about what they are learning. I am definitely sure with our students, the parents are clueless. They are just thinking it's online class, it's no use. This is where the parents' role comes. The parents should sometimes sit with the students or at least have an interaction that, what did you learn today in your online class? Seems to be interesting, right? You're sitting at home, relaxing, no hassle, you can do anything you want. So what did you learn? So that way the children also will be inspired to listen to the class and then tell that to their parents. Read with your children. This is what is happening at this current scenario, that we tend to not focus on the children. We have to make sure that whatever they are studying, we are just having a brush through this. As a parent, we need to make sure that, okay, fine, my child has studied so and so, let me see what is it about. Tell family stories. So we have to make sure the bonding within the family is there with the student, right? If there is no family bonding, that's when the student gets detached from the family, and then when they become very much very different from the other students. Write about what you're going through. As a parent, they have to write down the things which they are facing so that they can seek help from the teachers, that, okay, my son or daughter is facing so and so problem, teacher find a solution for that. So that's when we will be having one-on-one conversation. Next, I will be discussing about the improvement of academic performance. How can the students improve in the era of online education? So we know that the students' academic performance is going to be vary from time to time, right? Earlier, students used to struggle finding out informations, or they're not able to understand. They used to just copy paste every word, right? But now they get much more interested when they search. They keep doing a browsing regarding any project or an assignment or a homework. So this way, the grades of the students, I feel, is going to boost drastically, because they are going to learn a lot. Because if they're going to search for one topic, number of suggestions are going to pop up, and that's where they're going to click one by one. Some things which we may have missed out teaching in the class, they are going to get it. So let us see some of the tips on how we can improve academic performance through the internet, since our mode of teaching at the moment is through online. So let us see how this is going to help out. So the first one is, modern learning has no limitations. That is so true. Here, there is zero limitations. Nobody is going to stop you from learning. Like I said, if the student is searching about the art of technology, there is going to be a number of suggestions, a number of PowerPoint informations, etc. So here they enjoy learning, and they will continue their learning through the art of internet. And here the students do not have to rely on particular books, or the books which is available in the library, or the books which is given inscribed by the school or the education board, right? So they have the scope of learning more and more. And They will get a lot of reference materials which will make their learning amazing. And this way, actually, the students are going to learn more and more. Next is find additional information. So sometimes as a teacher, we may not be able to give a detailed information. That's where the students' role comes. That's when the students are going to do, let me search in the internet. And there you go. The students are going to have much more information than us, actually. So if a topic is given to them, I'm sure there are many students who first browse it. Okay, teacher said this topic, let me browse it. All right, these are the things. Okay, cool. Next time when teacher asks a question, before we expect any textbook answers, we will be getting many different answers. Next is learn any profession while sitting at home. So now the students are at home, right? So there are things that they will be curious to know about a profession, what they're going to do in the future. Like for example, the students who are in grade 12, they will be thinking that, okay, fine, at home, what profession can I do? So there you go. They're going to sit at home and going to start browsing. Okay, fine, these are the things which I can do. And they will get inspired by watching various clips, like TED Talks are there, and various people which whom they can get inspired, or probably reading an article. And this way they will be able to find out their career path also. Indispensable assistant for the student. All right, so internet has become the best friend for the student, right? And for the improvement for their academic performance, internet is a blessing for them, right? So on the education sector, it has benefited a lot in the life of a student, because if, for example, the student are not able to understand or lose track, they're not going to wait and sit. What they're going to do? They're going to immediately search in the internet. So you see the improvement of the academic part, majority of the students are going to cope up. And here the students are not going to rely on limited resources which is given. They're not going to sit for only the books which is prescribed to them, and there is and the books which the teacher have suggested, or the notes which the teacher has given. I'm sure there are students who go more about it, about the particular assignment given to them. Next, I'll be talking about what are the academic enrichment programs which can inculcate, which can, what is it called, help the students to build up their career. So what is an academic enrichment program? They are the advanced teachings offered within a small group settings. It is meant for the students who understand the class content and would appreciate learning at a higher level. So when it comes to online classes, it becomes very much more effective while we start off with the academic enrichment program. This can help the students in both academic and cerebral level. They are going to have a balance with both of them. It will also help them to adjust to any situation so that it will match with their knowledge. So whatever curriculum is being assigned to them, it will be matching with them accordingly. So next I will be discussing about the benefits of academic enrichment program. First, I will be talking about enriched academic knowledge, how we can do that one. Students here are given opportunity to learn the concepts with relevant context, okay? So in here, like I said earlier, just the textbook knowledge is not going to be there. There will be given much more a broader picture. Absorb more knowledge from the algebra, trigonometry, and geometry lessons. Learn in a more advanced capacity than the traditional classroom allows. So here the students will be branching out more and more, unlike the traditional classroom. Provide students with intellectual stimulation, encouraging them to learn more and expand their knowledge. So in this sector, the students are given the opportunity to learn more with the help of technology. And this way, this will enhance and enable to gain much more advanced knowledge. Self-paced academic learning. In here, the customized learning experience is going to occur based on students' unique learning abilities. In the traditional classroom, the on-campus classrooms, sometimes the students fail to understand or lose the track of learning. So that time, within the limited prescribed time, they do not learn anything. But if it is self-learning, self-paced academic learning, they tend to find out different ways of learning of the same topic, right? Each child can learn at their own pace, which enables them to excel. So in the online method, no one is going to stop you. They will have their way of branching out, right? But when it was a traditional classroom, from Sunday to Thursday, this was the topic covered. Next week, another topic. Maybe by that time, the student is not going to have a, we're not able to track down or not able to cope up with it. But when it comes to online mode of self-paced academic learning, they are going to have their own suitable time, and they are going to find out, okay, this is a topic taught. Let me find out the alternative way of understanding. Next is individual student attention. I feel that in the online mode of teaching, we have a lot of scope for giving attention to individual students. And how is it? We can sort out the timing, right? It is very flexible if we tend to make it, right? Students will get more one-to-one attention from the instructor, and this is very much important, which is very much required since we are dealing with different kinds of students in a classroom. So if we have found out that this student needs special attention in the online learning, we have to make sure that maybe one day we will keep for them, and for the remaining students, we will give them a task. So that maybe we will tell them to prepare a PowerPoint presentation, or probably will give them a question and they have to research on it and submit it. So that way the students are not being deviated. The slow learners are not able, they do not feel left out. Offer a solid academic environment that allows both student and instructors to succeed. So in this way, both is a win-win situation, right? The student are also succeeding. As instructor, as teachers, we are also succeeding by giving attention to individual student. Next is supportive academic culture. All right, students love group work. Why? Many reasons. Probably if there is a smart student in the group, they are just going to blend in with those group. So in the supportive academic culture, if we make small groups, students will get to know more about each other, even much more. It will be very much interactive. So for example, when it comes to our students, so there are different districts in Bangladesh. So if we try to pick one district or the other, instead of putting in the same what is it called, same district, the students will not get interested. So if we pick different districts of Bangladesh and we make a group for the student, they will be much more curious. You will see, before discussing about the topic, they will be discussing about their district. Okay, this is your district, this is the traditional of in your district, and this is how they are going to build one another in the art of academic. Group members tend to share common academic interests and can create strong bonds that make learning more enjoyable. So when we make a group like this manner, which I felt, it will also bring them in creating interest within the academic, and that way they will bring a strong bond. They will build a very strong bond, and they will make the learning much more enjoyable. Offers a positive culture for friendship to foster as students encourage to empower each other to achieve their best. So if we are giving such kind of support academically by making groups, this way they will build a friendship. And this way, when they go in the future organization, they will not feel different or not feel less confident when mingling with others. Next is improved studying skills. So in here, it will help the students learn more effectively. They will offer an opportunity for self-directed learning and teaching effective ways to study. So here, instead of having one method of learning and teaching, they will be given out the opportunity of self-direct to learning, right? So if the role of a teacher is less, the role of a student is more. They will learn about how to prepare for their test and balance out time management. So if we try to teach them right now in the school, it will be very much easier when they go to the university, because in university we know that the professors are not going to tell or spoon feed us, the students. So we have to give them this kind of studying skills, and I feel the online mode of teaching has given us an opportunity. So we tell that if so and so time is given for test, attend on time, or else no retest is going to be given. Cultivate skills in focus, concentration, independence, and perseverance. So we have to make sure that we are giving focus, we are concentrating, and giving them the independency of learning also. So that way they will not be totally dependent on the teacher. They will be much more independent among themselves. Lastly, competitive advantage. So here the teachers teach students at a higher level than the traditional classroom settings, which gives students a competitive advantage at school, particularly in their chosen field of study. So here the teachers are not only teaching a particular topic or particular idea about a lesson. Here it is going in an advanced level. Probably, because it is an online mode of teaching, it is much more convenient for the students also. So if a topic is given to them, that the teachers have to not worry much about it. Why? Because they are able to, they like being challenged. The students love being challenged, right? So this is one way of creating a competitive advantage among the students. So this way, they will be much more equipped for success in the long run. All right. Next, we will be seeing about the learning mechanism. How the learning mechanism is going to blend in the art of online teaching, online learning.
Excuse me, Tasneem, only 5 minutes left. You can do it faster.
Okay, fine. So here the students learn assessment has changed over time, and the various online assessment has been given, and we are going to see through that how it is way different from the traditional classroom. So we know what is an assessment. It is a way of finding a student's performance in the academics. So we know the two basic methods of assessments. One is a formative, another is a summative assessment. So in the formative, we are giving them the online course is given to them, and that is how we are going to teach the material. And summative is throughout the academic, we give a final exam, which we are conducting now. So let us see the assessment methods to support student online learning. We are familiar with the online quizzes, right? So we have done the Google Forms. That way we are able to give the test to the students at the same time, and we are going to have a comparison contrast by giving them the online quizzes. The non-graded one can be done as a starter for the lesson, so that we will be able to understand how much knowledge the student has already gathered on. Online interviews. So here we can have a video conference with the for the students, so that way they will be able to learn more and more. And this way as an English teacher, we will have a balance of their language skills. They will improve their language skills, and many other ways they can be applicable to be improved. Next is a dialogue simulations. So we have to make the students, in order to support them in the online learning, we have to train them how to do real life conversations. So when it comes to different subject, we have to make sure that this is the way we are going to inculcate. Creating online polls. So we can post a poll, post a question and ask their suggestions. So that way the students, we will be knowing that yes, the student has understood a particular lesson and how they are going to learn also. And this way the students are also going to get attention. Game activities. Here it is a very interesting way to get the attention of the students, and that way they will tend to learn more and more, and this will help them to become much more disciplined, able to take risks, and collaborate with various opportunities given to them and solve any problem instantly. Next is giving forum posts. So we give a discussion board. The students have a very way of communicating one another, and this way they will be able to learn, interact, and collaborate as a part of their learning process. Next, we'll be talking about virtual rewards, the last one. Unfortunately, when it comes to the online mode, we are not able to complement them there and there. So let us see how we can do in the distant learning in the online way of education. So here are the few ways which I have found out. Student work on display. So we can display the work of the student as a reward, so that they feel much more, what is it called? They feel much more special during that session, the online Zoom classes. Leadership role. During the traditional classes, we used to assign monitors. So same thing we can do over here also. We can assign such students so that they feel the leadership role is being inculcated. If they have performed well, this is the reason the reward is, that is your being the leader for this session. Virtual experience. So since students are not able to go for field trips, so we will as a reward, we will tell one of the student that, okay, according to your interest, find out a place and show us, take us to that place in a virtual way. Next is conducting extra meeting time. So if a student has done a good performance, as a reward, we will have a one-on-one interaction. So that way they will feel special. And point system. Teachers can encourage the students by giving point systems, and there are various platforms which can be done for giving the points. The students will be much more initiated, and if we tell them, if you have achieved so and so point, you will be given a reward that you can be the star of the class and say a story or a joke. Last is the badge system. In a badge system, like in usually what we do is we give the student who has performed well, we give them a badge. So same thing we can try to give in the virtual mode of learning. So with this, I'm going to end my presentation. I hope I was able to gather up the whole information regarding the academic performance and achievement of our students. Thank you.
Thank you, Tasneem. That was really excellent, and it gave us a chance to introspect ourselves throughout the program. I was thinking what I am doing now and comparing it to what you are presenting. And as a teacher, as a parent, I was trying to improve myself by taking up your advice, that I should say. Thank you very much.